This is the Stock Day Podcast, sponsored by Ion Digital, providing secure, compliant ecosystems you can trust. That's Ion Digital. Subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube to stay up to date on penny stock news and interviews. Public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world. Here's your host, Kevin Davis.
On today's show, we're bringing back a returning guest. They were last with us in February of 2023. Name of the company is RNVA Health Inc. They trade on the OTC exchange under the ticker symbol RNVA. With us today is the company's CEO, Mr. Seamus Lagan. Seamus, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Kevin. It's nice to be back. I appreciate the opportunity.
Before we get started in the Q&A and get updates today, I would like to get an updated about statement so that our new listeners can get up to speed with what your company does.
Thanks for that, Kevin. The company's in rural healthcare. We own an operating rural hospital in Tennessee. We are in the process of opening a behavioral health facility and at that facility. And, we've had a couple of difficult years. This is a turnaround situation, we believe. And we think that our recent financial filings support, what we've been saying out there, that it has been an improving situation.
I want to congratulate you for getting your 10K filed on time. In my opinion, it shows significant improvement in revenues and operations from the previous years. And I know we touched on that in our last interview with you. We were kind of looking forward to getting an update on it. Can you tell me about that?
Of course, Kevin. Thanks. First of all, it was good to get filed. It did go down to the line, but it got filed, and I believe it does demonstrate the improvement that we have been speaking about, including in the last podcast. Look, it shows that our revenues were up from approximately $3.2 million in 2021 to just over $13 million in 2022.
Wow.
That's a $10 million increase. So that's, that was a good achievement on our part, we believe. Probably more important from that is the reduction in losses. Losses from continuing operations before income and expenses and income taxes were $12.5 million in 2021. That loss was reduced to just over $1.4 million in 2022. So that was an improvement of approximately $11.5 million. With regards to operations, we believe we can continue to grow this current revenue and from our existing operations, and we're working to add new revenue this year from murder recovery centers, the new mental and behavioral health division. So we're optimistic we can deliver a continued increase in revenue, get these operations profitable, and Kevin, there are always hurdles to overcome, but we're confident that we have a model that works and will be well proven if we can access some new capital to duplicate it.
I want to shift gears. Let's go back to our previous interview. We talked about the Myrtle Recovery Centers. On February 23rd, you told us that the company launched a site called maritalrecoverycenters.com. I want to get an update on the behavioral health division, and I want to also, in terms of that update, get something, because I know that you predicted an opening for the second quarter of 2023. Where are we at with that?
As you say, we've previously indicated that this should open in the second quarter. Bluntly, we remain well on track to meet that time frame. There are three parts to this project: the facility, the licensure with the state, and the employees required. Work on site is complete, and the facility is looking good and ready to accept patients. That's the first part. The licensure process is that's at an advanced stage, with only a fire inspection required by the state to finalize a pre-opening site visit. We believe the fire inspection will be completed in a matter of days, and we see no reason why a pre-opening site visit by the state will not result in the granting of the license. Total
Wonderful.
Employed at the start of this project will be approximately 14 people, should grow to about 25 when we're at full capacity. We have an experienced CEO running the project, have secured adequate employees to open, and have more than adequate applications and interest to enable us to staff the facility for full capacity. So, we believe we're well on schedule to open this within the second quarter. We also expect that, the most of our patients at this first relatively small 30-bed facility will be paid for by Medicaid or Medicare. And we believe it has the ability to add significant profitable revenues to our existing operations.
Incredible. And I know another thing that people have been excited about is the significant investment in your software division, which is called InnovaCore. They actually trade on the OTC exchange under the ticker symbol INQR. So you definitely got some diversification there. I'm wondering if you can give me an update on that. And really, before you do, just kind of explain that overall structure to our new listeners.
Well, that was a software division that was underneath Renova. We felt that we weren't, making the best progress that division could make under Renova, so it got separated out into what, as you said, is now InnovaCore. They have an exciting project underway for the development of a medical professionals communication network, specifically for people in the healthcare industry. Currently small revenues and company looks small, but that's an exciting project, and we believe it will get funded and it will get off the ground fairly quickly. That network should generate significant revenues from subscription fees from added value solutions for that healthcare sector when it's up and running. So from our perspective, it's still our intention, subject to meeting the relevant regulations and requirements, to distribute some of the investment we have in InnovaCore to the Renova shareholders. Can't really commit to a time frame as we speak, but we will get this done, and it will be done as soon as practical and possible. That would mean, as a return, we believe Renova will shortly start to get repaid the money it has provided to support the project, and we believe that our Renova shareholders will also benefit from being shareholders directly in that project when it's a little further progressed.
You've been listening to Seamus Lagan. He's been updating us on Renova Health. They trade on the OTC exchange under the ticker symbol RNVA. You can also visit them online at renovahealth.com. They have a very nice interactive website, lots of information over there. Seamus, I'll tell you what, before we part ways for the day, I want to get a message from you. What do you want folks to take away from this interview before we see you again in the next 30 to 45 days?
Kevin, I'd like our listeners to continue to see the progress that we have made, particularly over the last year, and that we hope to make. I think that the message I'm hoping they hear is that we expect to make continued progress in the immediate future. So this year and beyond, that we'll see this company, grow into something much more significant again very shortly. And hopefully we can deliver, some value, some opportunity for investors and shareholders as we continue to focus on that growth.
Well, Seamus, I'll tell you what, I will definitely look forward to speaking with you in the next 30 to 45 days. I want to remind everybody, go to renovahealth.com. Check them out on the OTC exchange under the ticker symbol RNVA. It's been an absolute pleasure today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by La Jolla Media, LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are for educational and research purposes. Stock Day encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional.